not gonna believe it, a Jehovah's Witness came to the door and I was dressed like this. After all that religious chat, I said, Amy looks like the devil. So I'm also dressed as like the only gay pop icon. This is the story of an aspiring designer and a self-proclaimed fame-hungry whore. They went to school together, but they never spoke. They find social interaction not sure. Until one day they started working together and travelling around the UK. The whore set after a new endeavour. She was bored being an NUA.
Have you got any holidays booked?
No. Do you? She was achieving her dreams, dancing on our screens, but got booted off after a week.
I don't smell!
While she was sat at her machine, sewing some jeans and trying too hard to be chic. Now they're coming together to talk about everything that they've been through. Getting robbed and pied, they've laughed and cried, and now they want to share it with you. That's class.
I was literally like...
Hey guys. Hope you're good. Mal is surprising me 2.0 with her costume. It's Halloween, our second Halloween week, and as you can see, I am Jojo Siwa, dream guest of my podcast. Let's find out who the dream guest of my podcast is. Okay, come in.
Wait, you have to close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, they're closed. Jesus!
Double homicide. No, this is something else.
That's meta. The double mask.
I know, I
love it.
I'd scare you.
I love it.
Oh,
Wait, are you the witch from Wicked?
I could be.
You're just a witch.
I'm a witch.
I love it.
How do I get in? I'm not gonna lie, it's so uncomfortable, so it might fall off.
It might be like a...
halfway through. But I love what you've done with your hair.
You're just a traitor.
She doesn't sing that. Oh yeah, she does.
She does a wee cover of that.
She does.
Can I have this one, by the way? I feel like it.
Yeah, go on.
Beetlejuice Fanta, not sponsored.
It's a new flavour, Amy.
Oh God.
I know. I was thinking. I don't know if you'll like it.
Wait.
She's a freak. So
wait, actually, any chance you could get?
No, try it.
Oh, I don't know.
Try it. You might like it. To be fair, I know you think that one goes better with your outfit, but I think it's actually green. So who's green?
Oh, the
here?
liquid. Oh, it is. Oh God.
The liquid.
Oh God.
Taste test. Amy doesn't like new things.
You can have that one.
Oh!
I'm gonna go orange.
This is the Beetlejuice Afterlife one. I am scared because I feel like... Sorry, I actually think this mic's too close to me. My lips are green, so do you think I will get poisoned if I...
Why did you put it on your lip? Also, what is that? It doesn't look like face paint.
I don't know. It's from Amazon, but it feels really gross.
You know, I'm not going as a... I was literally just saying to Mal, right? My plan was to go as a Victoria's Secret angel. But then I was like, I'm going to have to take my wings off in the event, which is... So what? I'm just wearing brown pants. Like, that's a bit excessive. But also, like... I've been not that like this is like bad or anything, but like Victoria's Secret Victoria's Secret definitely wouldn't cast me. But I have been running within an inch of my life for the past few weeks. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I just CBA, like let's do something else. But then the last 2 days I've had the runs, like a heavy case of the runs, and I was like, God, skinny. But no, I'm going as Avatar.
Oh, I love that.
Because
that's really cool.
Thing is, I love doing like
hair.
Exactly. Like I'll do like little
sick.
plaits, do curly hair, and I love doing makeup. So I'm like, what's the point of doing like a clean face Victoria's Secret?
I saw someone did I don't know if you watch any of those Marvel movies. You Marvel girl. She's not. I am.
Are you?
I am.
Sure.
I'm a secret nerd.
To be fair, you actually have deep lore. Like I find shit out about you, and I'm like as in like I'll find something out about you, and I'm like I just wouldn't have. Like for example, you being into horror movies, I wouldn't have thought that for you. Yeah. And Marvel, I wouldn't think.
I like. So one of the women, I think she's like, I don't know what she is. She morphs into things, but she's all blue, and I feel like you would quite suit that one.
Did Kim K goes her one year?
Yeah, and she's got the red hair.
Oh my God,
yeah, that's really, really
like
sick.
Scales and stuff.
Yeah, really, really cool. Anyways, I've got a funny story to tell you, mate.
Oh my God, already? We're going straight in. We're going.
Well, you just reminded me. So
okay.
Basically, I think you'll like this because obviously for Halloween, well, not obviously, but no one knows, or I guess you guys know. Oh my God, I'm so weird right now. Sorry.
Are you just gonna keep that on your lap?
I feel yes.
Okay.
Or should I put it here?
Okay, yeah, chuck
That's
there.
my
Oh, wait, what
old
about
face.
this?
I've now had a facelift, so that's my old face came
This
off.
is before the therapy collab.
And now I'm like, ooh, got the Botox. Anyways, me and Vari dressed up as Paris and Nicole, and like I've loved wearing the wig and everything. Like we really felt like the character. So we were obviously going like, that's hot, and we're like, everyone's ugly here, like, ugh. But it was so fun because you could actually like be someone without anyone knowing. Like no one knew. It was us, like nobody knew, and like we went to this Halloween thing, and I think there was Ricky Gervais.
Really?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was told that he was there. Me and Mara like, who's
Who are
that?
you, sorry?
Yeah, and I think he was dressed up as someone from Beetlejuice. He's the comedian, right? No, sorry, Keith Lemon. It was Keith Lemon, and oh my god, Jack Whitehall was there. But I'm only finding out now because I see all the pictures, like someone's posted pictures, and I was like looking at the tags. I'm like, oh my god, that's Jack Whitehall. That like
Wait, what was the event?
a Halloween thing on the Friday, but it was in some sort of like, I think it was a restaurant that had been changed into like a Halloween bar thing. But everyone made such an effort. But anyways, when we're at this thing, like we're obviously pretending to be these people, and I was like, oh, it's quite nice because no one knows who we are. We had 4 drinks each, and they were tiny, and then but somehow we were drunk. We went to Wingstop. We were like having our food on the side of the street, and like I feel like you'll like this. Well, all the men in the street were like coming up to us, like as you know, like what it's like being a female, like it's so fucking annoying. But we're obviously in this like headspace. We were like, oh my god, we could be men, like with like because people thought we were white chicks. Instead of Paris and Nicole, but the icons know that we were Paris and Nicole, and the other people will be like, oh, you're obviously white chicks, and we're like, no, we're not. So when these men in the streets, obviously like minging pedos, be like, oh, can I have some of that chicken? And we'd be like, oh, and then Valerie would be like, hey, do you like dick? And then I would be like, oh, that's so funny. So I like started laughing. We're pretending that we were guys. They would run.
That's the thing.
That's how you
Straight
stay
away.
protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight away, they're off.
Yeah, they ran
God,
away.
they're so annoying.
Yeah, they were so
like,
annoying.
it's like the second they think that the person they're objectifying has a nod, they're like, all right, I'm off.
Yeah. And we were like, because I guess you couldn't really tell if we obviously have feminine features, but
I guess as well, like, Vari's really tall.
yeah, so we were both just like, let's just pretend, and we're like, hey, do you want to suck our cocks? So
I love how you're American, guys.
yeah, you like dick, boys?
Trump actually has some really interesting, like, economic policies, actually.
yeah?
I can't name any of them, but we'll get to that.
Do you watch the Nelk Boys by any chance?
No.
Oh, it's like these YouTubers, but Harvey made me watch it on the weekend, and it's so strange, like, because obviously that's like what boys watch and stuff, and like they do like all these pranks and everything, and Donald Trump's involved. So, and I thought you'd find this interesting. So Donald, because these Nelk Boys are like huge YouTuber vloggers and everything, and Donald Trump has got involved in their videos because they obviously have like millions of subscribers, and he's like trying to infiltrate the younger generation to vote for Trump. And basically these Nelk guys, they go to like the areas where obviously people want Camilla. They want Camilla. Camilla. Shit. Camilla. Sorry, it's obviously where they want her. And they put up a house and they cover it in Trump's supporting stuff, and then like they put cameras everywhere, and people like try to take it down, and then they pour water on them and like prank them, and then Donald Trump like takes them on a private jet and stuff. It's so weird. It's all like
US politics is so fucking weird.
the boys give him a book, and it's like things of achievements that what's her name? Camila. Am I saying it right?
Kamala Harris. Just say Harris, because
Okay.
you say Trump,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
his surname, so just say Harris.
They give a book with Harris's accomplishments, and there's nothing in the book. It's just stated.
I thought I'd come up with a few suggestions for segments we can do.
Oh yeah.
The nose is off already.
Hurts.
Bro, that face paint looks wild.
It hurts.
It looks more like a face mask
Yeah,
than
it's
paint.
very
By the way, guys, if you're listening to this, please watch us on YouTube, because
Oh, it's probably better.
like we're getting hardly any views on YouTube, and as well, that's the only place where you can actually, 1, see the views,
yeah.
and 2, Mal uploaded the wrong video last week,
yeah.
so then we had to take it down, so then now that video honestly has like 30 views.
Did the other one have views?
I mean,
I didn't even see.
probably only like 80 views, honestly.
Oh, right.
But still. Okay, right. So these are some of the ideas I've got for segments. Again, these aren't great, but just like,
You can comment below if you like these ideas.
yeah, on YouTube, please get yourselves onto the YouTube.
If you want.
Okay, the first one. Would I cry to you? It's like a play on would I lie to you. Don't know if you got that. I show you pictures of me crying and you have to guess the reason why.
I love that. Yeah, you've already sent me pictures of you crying there. I never know what to say.
I know, did we get in a fight yesterday? Kind of.
Yesterday.
2 days ago.
I mean, was it a fight?
It wasn't really a fight, but
I don't know. It's hard for me to tell on text. I'm like, is this person angry with me? Like, I don't know. Like, and I'm replying how I would reply anyways. And then I'm like, maybe it's harsh.
I think you were replying a bit blunt.
No, but I don't think that's how...
Oh my god, now I realize.
So do I need to, like, do some emojis? Because I feel like that...
Add an X or an emoji.
Oh, okay.
But I also wasn't actually, like, annoyed at you. Basically, the context was... basically, a lot of stress with the pod, to be honest, because it just takes so much time to, like, edit and shit. And, like, for example, like, the last episode... We've not even posted anything promoting it, and now we're on to the next. So next week, we're going to have a week off so that we can actually, like, have time, like, clipping stuff up. Because it actually, you know, people take the piss, like, when people are like, you know, like, a podcast is just so much work. And I'm like, I'm like, lol at them, but fuck me. Like, when you've got, like, a full-time job on the side, it's quite a lot. But anyway, so then what happened was that 2 weekends ago, I basically worked, like, throughout the whole weekend, and I really needed the weekend off, but, like, I just, like, had to work, because I had to get this video edited it. I actually do believe you, by the way. I do believe you, like, dragged it to the hard drive. I actually, it's not like I'm thinking you're chatting shy, but basically, like, again, one of the other obstacles with this pod is that we use Mal's laptop because, like, obviously storage and stuff like that. So, like, when we're editing it, we have to meet up to, like, give each other the laptop and all this shit. So I basically was editing this other video on Mal's laptop, and then I was like to her, oh, can you just export it and put it on my hard drive? And it's what I'd literally spent the whole weekend editing. I get the hard drive. It's not there. But I do believe you dragged and dropped it in, but I don't get why it wasn't there. You must have not ejected or something. So then I cried because I'd spent, like, so many hours on it, and then I feel like you maybe were just, like, annoyed.
I wasn't annoyed. Why was I annoyed?
I don't know, but
I wasn't annoyed.
I got nervous because
I wasn't annoyed. I was like, I literally was looking on the laptop while you were like, you were texting me so much, and I was like, if I just do this 1 second so I can reply, because I don't want to be like, oh, and then you're like. So I just was like waiting to. I was actually looking.
I think that's the nearest to a scrap we've ever had.
I don't think it was a scrap.
It wasn't a scrap.
I mean, what the fuck?
There was tension.
Oh, but we were texting.
I know,
because I knew you were like waiting for me to respond, and I was like, oh, I'm looking, so I'm gonna wait till I.
But you know what? I'm like any like ounce of confrontation, I start stressing. So I was like, oh god.
It's fine. You found it, and tell us how you found it.
Well,
This is actually genius. I was.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh no, you've not found it.
It was a lie.
You lied. Why did you lie?
Because I got nervous. Because
Wait, you don't have it.
I just re-edited it.
I mean, what the hell?
I know, it's because I got nervous because I was there.
I don't care.
I know, but I was there like, oh god, I feel like this is now, like, the tension's growing a bit. So I was
Wait,
like,
what?
I was like, right, I'll just say that I found it.
In your head.
I know. That I accept. That I do accept.
Oh my god.
I was like, I don't
Wait, what? I literally I thought that was real.
I know.
So you didn't.
No. It was a lie.
I thought that was genius.
I told her I, like, messaged someone at WeTransfer and they managed to, like, find it for me or something.
Wait, so you didn't do that?
No.
You should have done that.
No, because I literally looked it up and once it expires, it expires. But no, it's sad. It's all sorted now. But yeah, I got a bit nervous because I was like,
Oh my god, I don't care.
yeah, I know. That's the thing, I know.
What? Oh my god, there's Amy, like, crying and I don't even know.
No. To be fair, but that's the thing. I feel like, you know what it was? I was like, oh, she probably thinks I'm really annoyed at her, but I'm actually not. I'm just, like, annoyed. So frustrated at the situation, but, like, I'm not, like, annoyed at you.
I was like, we'll try and find it.
Okay, right, so we're all fine.
Oh, I didn't realise this.
No. Maybe I just made it up, honestly.
Wait, so did you find it on WeChat? I'm joking. What? I believe that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell her on the pod that that's kind of bullshit.
I
But no,
believed you.
it's all sorted now. I've re-edited it. It is what it is. It's just one of those like it was. I wasn't actually annoyed at you. I was just like frustrated.
No, because
about-
I was thinking, oh, if she does think that I've like purposely deleted.
Oh God, no, obviously not.
I was like, oh my god.
I literally believe that you like drag and dropped it into the folder, but I just don't know why like it wasn't there. But anyway, right, next
Find it one day.
one day, babes, one day.
Abyss.
And honestly, I re-edited it. It's not even that good. I don't know why it took me like 17 hours to edit like the first time. Like seriously. Okay, right. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's fine. Right, move on. This is a comedy podcast.
So would I cry to you? You did?
So guess the reason why I cried? Because of you. It was because of you. Right. Yeah, that's when I cried to you. We can definitely start doing that one. Okay, the second one. You know, like, this would just be for one episode, really, but you know Mastermind? You know how, like, somebody chooses, like, a specialist subject and then the person quizzes them on it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, I was going to choose Trish, and you
Okay.
just asked me questions about Trish. Trisha
yeah,
Paytas, because I'm a super fan.
She knows everything. Okay, cool.
So that's another
Do you know when she was born?
No.
Fake fan.
We'll leave that one. Next. Okay, the next one, this is off the back of last week. Educating Mal! You choose topics that you want to learn about, and I try to educate you on them.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, I'll put a tick on them, on that. Tick. So Kamala Harris, that's the first one.
Camila Cabello.
This one doesn't have a title, but like, you name foods, and I tell you if I've ever tried them.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Tuna?
No. Actually, that's a lie. Yes. Another lie. Second lie.
Oh my god, Emmy's a serial liar.
I'm a pathological liar. But I've only tried it like against my will. Like I didn't
What
really.
was it?
It was in a pasta bacon. I didn't know.
Oh, so you didn't know and you tried it?
Yeah, and I was literally.
So
Like,
did you like it and then?
no.
Okay,
I instantly was like, I'm going to throw up.
that is so fair.
I've never tried a prawn.
Oh my god.
Or I tried. Okay, obviously-
Charlotte Spalding's never tried a prawn.
Not Charlotte Matthew.
They watch this. They listen to this. Shout out Charlotte Matthew.
Charlotte Matthew. Shout out, guys. Love yous.
Oh,
But the other night I was out for dinner with Ali and Connor, and they had salmon. And
shout out.
Shout out Ali and Connor. And I was like, I've never tried salmon. So although yes, I'm a vegan, I did try like an edge of salmon.
How did it feel?
Quite meaty.
Yeah, it's fishy. I like it. Was it like cooked or salami?
Yeah, cooked. I'd say cooked. I think. I don't know. So that's another one. The next one, Celebrity Big Brother. I list celebrities that could be your big brother.
That is so funny. Yeah, I love that.
And then the last one, I mean, it's not... To be honest, I'm actually surprised at how good you're finding these. And then the last one, Saturday night takeaway. We film on a Saturday night and get a takeaway.
Yeah, that's smart. I mean, I would rather do other things on my Saturday than be with you, but...
I have all my Saturdays free, which is why
You're actually joking.
No, I am actually joking. My brother's coming down next weekend.
Is he your brother?
Could he be? Okay, right, so
I'm done.
I have actually prepared a bit of educating Mal for
Okay.
this week.
Should we start?
Do you want to start it now?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, what's the jingle? Educating Mal. Okay, so we're going to do, as it's topical, the US election.
Oh yeah.
What do you know?
Like-
Sleepy Joe
Okay.
and Donald Trump is
Okay,
the
nice.
orange. I know Donald Trump's bad. I think most of Florida votes for him.
Yeah.
That's a fact, I think. I randomly know. Basically, last week when obviously I didn't know who Camila Harris is, we just started talking about it because obviously Imi was frustrated as hell, like, why do you not know these things? No, I'm joking. But we just started speaking about it and I was like, oh, I think it's just because like at school I felt so... I mean, I didn't really know these things anyways, and I didn't enjoy the subjects, which has obviously led into me being a bit lazy as an adult and still not finding these subjects interesting. But I think it's because the people I was maybe surrounded by made me feel like I was less than because I didn't know the certain things, and I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I would be made to feel stupid, because it's like
So you better just like, because that's the thing, because like I'm really bad. I'm in my era of trying to be more, because although my like political opinions or whatever the fuck are about like tolerance, I'm actually so intolerant of people who like don't like educate themselves. So I'm in my era of like trying to understand, like, because there's obviously a reason people don't want to be. But then me and Mel had this really interesting discussion where you were basically just like, my family never spoke about anything like that.
Yeah.
Like at school, I just felt like it was so like it's like, where'd you start?
I don't know. And I also felt like I was in those situations where people around me were a bit like, oh, you're so dumb. Like, how do you not know that? So I just wouldn't even, like, I wouldn't speak. I'd be at the back of the classroom like, I don't know what's going on.
Just having that convo the other day, like, has taught me stuff. Like, for example, my family always spoke about politics.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I've just always shown, like, an interest in it. Like, my friends speak about it. So then, therefore, like, obviously I'm going to have, like, an interest in it. But I guess that's not the same, like, circumstances for everybody.
Then I was saying, if this podcast reaches, I don't know, 2 people that can at least learn something from this, then I feel like we're doing a good job.
So basically, Mal wants to learn more. So this is and bear in mind, I'm not there like I know everything. Guys, if I get shit wrong, please at me in the comments. But we're just going to do a little basic US politics.
And I learned about Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Why can't I say
It's Kamala.
See, now I know that.
Yeah.
I think it's because of Camila Cabello. Kamala. I see it now. Kamala.
Yeah.
Now I know about her. I'm excited.
Should I do the educational thing, like, in the character of Jojo Siwa?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
See, that would be interesting.
And you be the witch.
I am the witch.
Okay, let me just get into character 1 sec. Okay, so I got a notepad.
Oh my gosh.
In case, I need any, like, extra information. So, the first thing I remember you... I can't do this in the voice note. The first thing I remember you saying to me was that you thought being left-wing meant you're gay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm the witch. Does left wing mean I'm gay? I don't know!
Oh my god.
So what does left wing mean?
Okay, right, so do you know what, like, a political party is?
I know, like, I think I vote green.
You vote green? But you voted?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally thought, I never thought for a sec you would have voted. I voted green as well. Alright, job is done, mate.
Whoa! I never know what else to do. My dad always says, just vote green. I'm like, okay.
Okay, honestly, I think we're done here. Guys,
Hey, educated mouth.
we've successfully manipulated Mal into voting green. No, okay, right, so a political party, like, here we've got, like, the Tories.
Yeah, and
Everyone hates them.
Yeah, like that kind of chat. So it's the same in the US, but they have, like, over here, there's 2 main ones, but there are other ones that are kind of, like, in the running, like green. Over there, it basically is just, like, 2... There are other, like, independents and stuff, but it is basically just a race between, like, 2 parties. So you've got the Democrats, who are, like, left, and the Republicans, who are right. But then the thing is, it's all kind of relative, because over there, the Democrats who are, like, left-wing, they wouldn't really be that left-wing in, like, other countries.
What is left wing? Literally, by the way, this was the first conversation I remember as we were teenagers in lockdown. No, we were adults actually. And I went to your party, and then we were playing a game, and then the guy goes, "Oh, I'm so left wing," and I was like, "Oh, he's gay." At Amy's party, I was like, "Oh."
I can't even think who that even was, but I'm actually creased. So Matt started thinking, alright, so he's gay, okay.
I was like, right.
He's off the table. This US election is slightly unconventional because the right is more extreme. But anyway, so traditionally, this is what left and right wing people disagree on. So people on the left think
And then
that...
Donald Trump is left.
No, so he's on the right.
Oh, okay.
So right is more like conservative views, left is more like liberal views, if that makes sense. But then, as I said, like even the left party in the US is still like fairly like right wing, but just it's all relative to like what country you're in. Okay, so people on the left would believe there should be like a larger government role in economic issues. So, for example, people on the left think that like it's fair to tax rich people to pay for public services.
Do you think that?
I would think that, yes. What do you think? You're like, I'm kind of rich.
No, I don't know though, because I'm not. I've only just paid my taxes this year, so next year I'll let you know.
Okay. Let us know next year. We'll come back on that one. But like, isn't my stance on it would be that I'm trying to do it like fairly balanced here. But my stance on it would be that like equal opportunity doesn't really exist, right? If you're born if you're born into like poverty, it's going to be hard for you to work your way out. Whereas
it's easy for people that are born in with like wealthy, obviously.
Yeah. So like, if you have loads, obviously you don't want to be taxed. But then we need money for like, for example, like the NHS is like falling apart, so we need like funding for that. Where are we going to get the money from? So my personal view would be, especially the tiny like top percent, like billionaires and stuff, they need to be taxed. That would be like my view. But then people on the right would say lower taxes for all, and then like kind of cut funding to public services. So it's a bit more just like I guess like a dog eat dog attitude. Shit. So then, for example, like somebody in my family, I won't specifically say who.
Tell us.
Grew up in like a council estate, and then ended up breaking out of that, making good money, and then ended up voting Tory because she was there like, if I can do that, surely everybody else can do that. Like, that's how she was justifying voting Tory. She doesn't vote Tory anymore. But that, you can see why there's like logic there, I guess, for that person. But at the same time, like, you are the anomaly for like breaking out of like poverty. Yeah, to go. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that would be like one difference between the right and the left. And then the left would advocate more for like civil rights of minority groups, backing social welfare programs, including like free school meals. So like all these things that, again, where do we get the money from is like the question. So free school meals, food stamps, and against, this is more like UK specific, but against the privatisation of the NHS. Like, even like me trying to get an appointment to see like a physio for my back, I couldn't get one, and I have to basically go like private and like pay.
In Scotland, it's free.
I don't actually know about Scotland.
I'm confused because like when you're down here, you have to pay for medication, but up there you don't.
Yeah, I guess it's different. And then as well, like in Scotland, you have to pay higher for like dental treatment, whereas down here it's actually less.
Oh, that makes
so
sense.
I think it depends, but basically like the Tories were trying to like privatise like areas of the NHS, and then just like more, the left would have like more liberal attitudes towards like immigration. Although Kamala, your gal, she does want to crack down quite hard on that. Because thing is,
so she doesn't want immigrants.
No, well, it's more just like immigration is like a huge problem in the US. In theory, I would believe in like freedom, because I mean, if I don't really want to go like too much into this, but like if you go back, the people who drew up all the borders are like all like of countries are like colonizers. So I'm like, how come we get to go like destabilize all these foreign countries, and then we get annoyed when they want to come seek a better life here? But then at the same time, there are kind of like logistical problems with having like too many immigrants. So that's basically,
but isn't that what Trump wants as well?
Yeah, just in like a way more extreme way. Yeah. He basically wants to build a wall, and he wants Mexico to pay for it. I mean, but also as well.
What?
Yeah, so he wants to build a wall between.
I didn't know this.
But you know what's so funny? What? He wants to build a wall between the US and Mexico. He doesn't want anything between the US and Canada. Like, ask yourself why.
He's racist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's wild. So,
and what's it? Lily Allen said something like, "Well, then Trump, who's going to clean your toilet?"
Oh my god.
So bad.
No, who was it? It was Thingy Osborne.
Oh, why did I think
she's like, well, who's going to clean your toilet, Donald Trump? Oh, that's not. That's not. But I don't think she like meant it like that. But it is so fucking funny. Someone went as her for Halloween. Like, I was pissing myself.
Oh my god. Someone also went as Nicola Sturgeon. Did I not send you that? No. It was so funny.
Have you seen those tweets? And it's like, I hate gay Halloween. What do you mean you're the guy who cut in front of Brittany Broski doing the Apple dance at the Charlie XCX concert? Do you get that? No, okay, moving on. So he's saying he wants to build a wall, he wants to deport loads of immigrants, all this, but like there's not a lot of detail as to like how he's actually going to do that. Because like, think about it, right? Even if you're an illegal immigrant,
sorry.
Well, firstly, like, you're not only getting to the US by like through you know, that tiny little area of land, like, you could fly, you could go by sea, because like there already is like sections of like what, and also there's like an area of land between the US and Mexico that's like all like rainforest, and there's like, I think like, I could be wrong on this, but I think there's like cartels and stuff in there. Like, it's already like really dangerous to cross. So like building a wall, like, what's it actually going to do? But, and we'll get onto this, this is why like Trump has kind of done so well, because like although building a wall is not even like a logical response to like immigration, it produces that like emotional reaction with his audience, like saying, we're going to build a wall, it's going to be huge, it's going to block everybody out. Everyone's like, wow, like, do you know what I mean? It just simplifies like the whole issue to like some like tagline, and then everyone like supports it. In the US as well, people on the right would most likely support like a strong national defense, so like a strong like army. In 2023, the US spent $916 billion on their military. And bear in mind, according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, it would cost $20 billion to end homelessness in the US.
Fuck off.
So like
19 billion for the
916 billion, and that, bear in mind, like a billion is like 1,000 million. So imagine that, like, that is such a huge number.
And 20 billion to cure housing.
To end homelessness.
Sorry.
So like, so they're putting a lot of money into like military, where they could, where in my opinion, they could be spending that like in a better way.
Sure.
But then people on the right would say, oh yeah, but we want other countries to like be scared of us so that they don't basically like fuck with us.
Oh my god.
What's your thoughts so far?
Donald Trump's a bad man.
For sure.
No, it's like, I just feel, I obviously only use TikTok, I don't watch the news on TV or anything. To be fair, like, I should get like the BBC app and stuff, but I'm so dyslexic that even like reading, like, I get long text messages, I get overwhelmed, so like process it, so I'm like, oh, I'm not even gonna bother reading it. So like, this is just interesting to me because like you're dressed as like a character, and like I'm like, obviously you're my friend, so like I probably find you interesting anyways, but if I see things on TikTok, like if it is Donald Trump, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's easier to digest.
Yeah, like it's too much sometimes.
So that's like general, I guess, like left versus right, blah blah. You may be wondering, why is this election different, and why?
Because it's a female. No, shit, there was a female last time as well.
Well, she is the first black woman to run. So, for example, right, in 2008, Obama was running against John McCain, and an audience member, like, basically asked John McCain, I'm worried because that Obama, he's an Arab. He's an, like, all this shit.
He's not an Arab.
No, well, and then John McCain, like, just shut it down immediately and was just like, even though he's on the right, like a Republican, and Obama's Democrat, and he was just like, and he's replied, I'll quote it, he described Obama as a decent family man, a citizen who I just happened to have disagreements with. And then Obama actually ended up saying the eulogy at like his funeral. So there was like, there's always been like a respect, I guess, amongst like politicians. But then, and bear in mind as well, can I just say, like, for the record, like, Trump is kind of hilarious. Like, obviously it's like like obviously it's like kind of terrifying, but like I saw this tweet that was like, I wish we could just keep him as like a little like jester of the government, where he has like no power but he just makes jokes on the side, and obviously like minus all like the racism, but like he is like the shit he says, bro.
He does it for like the fake tan on his face, like that. Come on. Like, that is surely not real.
Samarit's extra dark.
No, but it's orange.
But also, how often is he applying that?
White eyes.
Do you reckon it's spray tan?
It's like it's like my green, but orange.
What product is he using, though? That's what I just don't even get. Like, he's probably using some expensive product. Is he applying it himself?
No, I think he does it on purpose. That's what I mean. Like,
oh, what, as like a caricature? Yeah.
For sure, like, as Boris Johnson's got his like
yeah. Yeah, no, that actually could be true.
Why do you not, if you're in politics, surely you want people to take you seriously?
People say that like when you get older, your kind of sense of colour like changes, and that people wonder if like he just genuinely thinks it looks normal. But like but you could be completely right. Like it's like the yellow hair with the orange skin, like you could recognize that like someone in like a rural village in like I don't know, like people would know like who that was. Do you know what I mean? Like, show them like a yellow wig. Like, if you Halloween, like easy costume, like.
So funny.
So no, that could genuinely be true. But yeah, and then so for example, in contrast to like what I just said about Obama and like McCain, Trump will refer to Democrats or like even the people who vote Democrat or whatever as like the enemy within. So he did this recently. He'll call them like sick, evil, dangerous, like they're the enemy within. He's even described like turning the military on people who don't support him and like locking them up.
Oh my god, that's like what they do in Korea.
Like literally.
Oh, and in Thailand.
That's like, I mean, this is why it's so dangerous. I feel like people, because obviously he does just say random shit that just comes into his head, and it's hard to know like what he actually means or not. So I think that's why people don't take like this language seriously, because like he also said, if people voted for him, quote, you won't have to vote again. You just have to vote this time, which kind of insinuates that like he would take away democracy. Just like not great. Like adding to this as well, he like refuses to believe he lost in 2020. Obviously, so he won in 2016. He won in 2016. He ran against Biden in 2020 and he lost. But he said that like vote counts were fraud and he wanted a recount, but only in the states where he lost.
Also, people think Joe Biden's like a robot or something.
Yeah, well, we'll get on to like this other thing. Like, there's like Trump will kind of like push like conspiracies and stuff. Like, it's honestly like it's actually like really scary. Like, obviously, it's happening like next week. Like, I'm actually like this will impact like the whole world.
What happened to us?
Okay, so we'll get to that. So for example, there's this thing called Project 2025. Trump has claimed that he's not like involved with it, but JD Vance, his like running mate, is, and it basically says that they plan to fire 50,000 civil employees and replace them with people who support Trump's ideology. So like it's giving like 1930s like Germany vibes. Like, and then as well, do you know about January 6th?
What is that? Not like what was I thinking of? Something July the 11th?
Oh, what, like Independence or something?
I thought it was that day when you like put fireworks.
Yeah, 4th of July. No, so basically, so in 2020, when he lost, on January 6th, his supporters attacked the Capitol, which is like a government building. Like, I think people died. Like, genuinely, I think people died. But Trump was like encouraging them to do it on Twitter. Which is obviously like insane, and like the fact that he's even been like selected like as the candidate again is insane. So many people don't realize, because again, like I literally was having this argument with James. I was like, he is like a threat to democracy, and James is like, Amy, like you're watching too much TikTok. But it's like, yeah, like we don't necessarily know that yet. All we can go off is like I guess things he's said himself. But his thing is like sometimes politics have like a trickle down like effect. Obviously, the way that Trump works is like he'll kind of like manipulate his audience. So for example, he makes them doubt news or facts from anyone but him. So they'll just blindly follow like anything he says without even like, a lot of them, there's videos of like people interviewing Trump supporters outside Trump rallies. Like they don't actually like know, they can't even name like a policy that he's like campaigning for. But like it's just, and it's again back to like it's those like little catchphrases, we're gonna build a wall, like all these, you know, like make America great again, like all these things, and it just like it emotes the supporters, and they literally will like follow anything he says, like and then they doubt any other fact they're given by anyone else. So someone will be like, oh, that's not true, and they'll just go with fake news. Or they think like the recent conspiracy is they think the government's like controlling the weather and causing like hurricanes.
I thought that. Well, I just watched Geostorm the other day, so yeah, I believe that. No, I did believe this in lockdown, Amy, because why, not so far, but why was my phone telling me it was going to be like pissing down raining like all the time, and then it was sunny outside?
Well, and it's the government giving us a bit of sun just to be nice because we're going through so much.
No, I don't think they control the weather. I mean the weather app.
So like they were saying it was raining when it was sunny outside, so people wouldn't socialize. This is my own conspiracy, but I did believe that.
I see.
Like, I actually was
Well, like
this is
these
mad.
people think they're actually controlling the weather.
Like, I guess because of those movies. Like, if you see those movies, you're like, oh, well, maybe it could be real.
Yeah, and I guess like this, I think they do it in Dubai. Like,
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
so, but like, why would they cause like a hurricane to Florida? Like,
To population control.
yeah, as Trish says, it's just Florida. I think they have other shit to like worry about, like this campaign. But then here's the other thing as well. View America, we won't get too deep into it, but like it's more of like a business than a country. Like and even in these like political campaigns, there's so much, wait, let me get the exact like figure up, but there's so much money that goes into them, right? That it's like, basically like if you have money, you stand like a chance, but if you don't have money, like you don't stand a chance. So like 2020, the election campaigns cost nearly $14 billion for all parties, right? That's how much their campaigns cost. And in the UK, spend is capped at 30 grand for each constituency.
Oh, that's so good.
So if a party stood a candidate in each of the 650 UK constituencies, the maximum spend total would be 19.5 million, whereas in the US, both parties together, 14 billion.
What?
And like, they'll be watching TV and like, you'll get like, comparethemarket.com, and then the next one is like, in a world where the orange man says stupid shit, vote for Kamala.
Yeah.
Stand up, take my
Yeah,
like, it's like that.
You have that.
Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that
we don't
is
have
mad.
that shit. But then, this is like one of the key scary things that is happening, and we'll kind of finish up here because we don't want to spend too long talking about it. But it's like the abortion issues. Like,
Oh
do you,
shit!
you know,
Yeah,
do you know much about it?
I've seen this on TikTok, but I don't know who it was. I think he was some sort of politician or something. Not in the UK, but in America. Do they have politicians? No.
In America?
Yeah. No. Well, I don't know what this guy was. No one knew who he was.
Having like debates with him.
Oh, like Ben Shapiro or
Yes,
something.
I think it was him.
Yeah.
And like he only put on his social media the one clip of him like snap backing to a girl.
Oh yeah.
But it's like nothing even to do with like, because they were talking about abortions, and then this girl owned him. It's gone like viral, and she's like, do you have a daughter? And he goes, what's this got to do with anything we're talking about? And she was like, so if she, because I think he says, oh, she's 4 years old. And then the girl goes, so if she got, can I even say that?
Say like essays.
If she got whatever done to her, he would let his child like go through it, not have an abortion.
Abortion is now totally banned in 13 states.
Why?
This is my problem with like the views of people on the right, is like there's a lot of inconsistencies. So for example, do you know what like the Constitution is? Like the Bill of Rights. Like basically they have like, yeah, when they say like, or my First Amendment right, or my second,
amendment.
so like the First Amendment is like freedom of speech. The Second Amendment is like right to bear arms. There's like 10, I think. One of the amendments, I'm pretty sure, is like the separation between church and state, which means that like the government, literally as they're doing now, the government can't be like, oh, the Bible says abortion is bad, so therefore we're like banning it, because not everyone believes in the Bible. Some people think the Bible is just some like dusty ancient fucking book that has no relevance to today and is mostly made up, is mostly fictional, and like can't believe loads of people like okay, that, oops, did I say too much? Ooh. But like, as in, why should you have to, if you're like a Jewish person, and like, for example, I'm pretty sure in Judaism they would prioritize the mother's health over like the unborn child.
Yeah.
Why should you be banned from having an abortion when you're not even like Christian? So then they're like obsessed with like the Constitution, like, well, it's my Second Amendment right to own a gun, but then like crickets when it comes to like the one that says there should be a separation between church and state, basically. US politics is why it's like a lot more religious. So like over here we still have the like, stop the boats, like we used to be a proper country, like on the right everyone like hates immigrants or whatever, and it is like, and there's loads of fear mongering with like trans people, stuff like that. But I think it's like less religion involved. But like, so with the abortion thing, like you might just think, okay, then I won't get an abortion then. If you even get pregnant, you are at risk. Right? So there was, I'll give you like 2 examples of people who have like been part of the Harris campaign. One is like the family of a woman who died because she wasn't able to receive, basically the
Like being too young.
well, it's more like she needed an abortion to save her life, and the doctors refused it because they are worried that they could get like literally like arrested, like if they like perform it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And then there was another story that I heard about this woman and her husband who had literally been trying for a baby for years, finally got pregnant. Then there was a complication with the pregnancy, but they couldn't operate on her until she was like a certain level of like illness, I guess. I don't know how else to like this badly like worded, but so she went into septic shock like multiple times. They couldn't operate on her until she'd like basically gone into this like septic shock. They then operated on her. She had to get her whole womb removed, and now she can't have kids. So it's like, even if you intend on getting pregnant and you want that child, anyone in the US, if there's a national abortion ban, if Trump wins and they like implicate a national abortion ban, every single pregnant woman is at risk.
It's crazy, like, we're so far forward in time, like, that why
are we moving back? Like, why
are
are
not like help if we've got the like science to do it?
But I think it's just like a lot about controlling women, but they just don't want to say that, really. Sorry guys, we just had to have a little break, but you're not going to believe it, a Jehovah's Witness came to the door and I was dressed like this.
After all that religious chat, I said, Imi looks like the devil, so...
I'm also dressed as, like, the only gay pop icon, so he definitely, I don't think he enlisted me successfully there. But anyway, I was like to him, dream guest on my podcast? Do you get the reference? And he was just like...
I think you expected someone else to be at the door.
We're done with the politics chat now, guys. Tell us if you liked that or really disliked that. But also, we didn't even get on to like slating Kamala because she ain't all that perfect either. But
ooh, that's for next episode.
You don't want to have a sleepy Mal. I'm joking.
No, I find it interesting.
I think I counted 5 yawns during that. No. You know what? We'll try one of the other segments next week.
It's when I sit for so long and I don't speak,
No, it's fine. I get it. We'll try one of the other segments next week. Maybe the one where you like list the foods and I'll say if I've tried it. We can do that next week. So we'll go through the different segments and then you guys can tell us what you want to stay. So anyway, carry on. What were you saying?
Really distracted by this nose on my head. And I said, speaking of dicks,
we were just talking about how I'd been doing some cooking videos, and I said it's not even that I enjoy it. I only like cooking for other people, but it's the one consistent thing in my life that I do every day without fail is cook dinner. And then it was actually the week, was it last week? I was here. I just uploaded it and it started going viral and I was like, oh my God. But I wasn't expecting it to go like as viral as it did, because I think it's one of those things, hit or miss. But even on Instagram, that's the one where you get like the worst comments. Oh my God, some of the things that people were commenting on it. If you've not seen it, it's like me cutting into the pie and then Harvey goes, it's watery. And I'm like, literally fuck off, Harvey. People were like saying for him to cheat on me.
Oh. But you know what was funnier? Because me and James, we were like in bed watching TikTok, saw that little clip and it's just like literally like a short clip of Harvey being like, is that not a bit watery? And Mal's like, shut the fuck up, Harvey, I've been working on this all day, like all this, and it kind of, it looks like you're like biting his head off of it. Then what came up was like the long version, and Mal's like, cook with me, and she literally is like, first step, and there's like, it's like a 17-step recipe, right? She's like spending all this time doing it, and then at the end, Harvey just comes over, is that not a bit watery? And me and James were pissing ourselves.
And you also see in that long video, him annoying me. Like, I'm trying to take the pie out the oven, and he's like behind me like, bah! And I'm like, what, am I going to drop it on the floor? And he's getting the hoover out like above the food, and I'm like, that's dirty. Like, people are being like, you're humiliating him by posting this. And I'm like, babes, he sat next to me in bed like pissing himself laughing at these comments, so like, shut up. So yeah. And like, he's got like 100 followers on TikTok now.
You better watch. He's gonna be cheating on you.
Don't even put it out there.
Oh yeah, I've got a story, guys. This is from a while ago, so like the dust has settled and we're over it now. Yeah, but oh my God, like you can only laugh, seriously. So basics, long story short, but still probably going to tell it in like grave detail. But basically, I gifted some stuff to this influencer. And as well, for context, like, this is before I knew how much like PR influencers got. Like, I'm there sending packages out to people. As in, like, my package is like a fart and a hurricane. Let me get into the story. So basically, I gifted this stuff to this influencer. She claimed it never arrived, even though on the tracking, it said that it had been like delivered to her house. So I made all the stuff again. It was like 3 pieces.
I think it actually went missing, or what do you think happened to the stuff? She gave it to someone?
After what happened with the second package, I doubt the first package went missing. But I don't know that. Like, I just don't know. So at this point, like, I've sent 2 packages to this. And I think as well, people just don't realise that I'm, like, making the stuff. Yeah. So, like, they don't really, like, care. They just think, oh, it's PR, like, whatever. So anyway.
That's why it's so, like, sad.
So I'm then messaging her, being like, just checking you're going to post, like, all this. Like, we had, like, an agreement and everything. Just checking you're going to post. Starts paying me. Well, first she was being like, yeah, I will in a bit. I will next week. I will, blah, blah. Starts ignoring. I'm like, oh my God. And bear in mind, Mal's like kind of mates with her. Not mates, but like, you know her.
Yeah, friendly.
Like, anyway, so then I'm like, oh God, this is so awkward. We're at Fashion Week and she comes like running up to Mal and it's like, Mal. And I've been trying to get hold of her
and
for
I know this.
For like months.
I know this.
And she's like, Mal, like all this. And I was like, you can imagine me, guys, like I'm shitting it.
But then I got really awkward as well because I'm like, oh God, Imi's literally next to me. And I'm like, hey, this is my friend, Imi.
And then I don't think she realised at first. Then she's like, and then I was like, hey. And then the thing is, like, actually, I don't know if I want to say that because it's kind of like, I was gonna say she was kind of like, I don't know if this is me just thinking too deeply into it, but she was kind of trying to like block me out the combo a little bit. But then I was like, I was like saying stuff into the conversation, inputting myself into the conversation to be like,
actually did really well because this
hello?
is like, it is awkward. Like,
and then in my mind, I'm like, you need to say something. Like, there's no way you're going to see this person and let her go without saying something when you've literally been.
The timings of it was crazy.
You've been waiting to like for a reply, like, so I was like, oh God, and I was just like, I have to say something.
I'm wearing big fur coats, bearing in mind, so like we're both really hot.
We look like Sully and Mike, and I'm like, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, who's it gonna be now?
Who is it?
Islam person? I don't know. You talk. Wanna look it up?
I can't do it when it's ringing. I actually hate the noise. Well, guys, I actually wrote a list of things that like really I struggle with, and it was when I was on the tube at 9 a.m. and why does it smell of BO at 9 a.m? Like, that is just something I can't stand, and I felt physically sick. And yeah, everyone at 9 a.m. should be having showers before then. Why do you stink on the tube? Like, that was unbearable for me. Other things that I struggle with is car sickness. Who was it?
God, he wanted a slice of the Siwa, I'll tell you that.
The Siwa.
It's just Amazon. Alright. But yeah, so sorry, what we were saying, another little interruption from the door. But God, I'm very popular.
Yeah.
Jehovah's and Amazon, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was like, sorry, just I don't know if you know, but I sent you some stuff. Like I sent you some pieces from my brand. And she was like, oh yeah, oh my God, yeah, like the fluffy hat and all this. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's literally fine, like if you don't want to post in the stuff, but like would you just be able to like return it because like I make the stuff and like I could use it for something else. She's like, oh my God, babe, like 100%, that's totally fine. She's like, no, I want to post it, like I want to keep the stuff I want to post. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Sent her like a follow-up that night, like, hey, great to meet you earlier, like thanks so much for saying you're going to post, but like literally if you don't want to, it's totally fine, just give me the stuff back, right? Then starts ignoring me again, ghosting me, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm messaging. And the thing is, then at this point, I'm like looking just like I probably should let it go. Like I'm looking way too keen, but I'm like,
it takes so long to make.
And also, I'm kind of now like fucked off, and I'm like doing it to be like, oh my God, just give me the stuff back. So anyway,
it's already sent. How much are you back? Like pennywise?
Pennywise. That would have been a good one.
Pennywise.
Quick maths, like 300 maybe. Is that roughly?
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's a lot. And And also she has more money than me, just saying, but this is always the case. But anyway.
I mean, some other influencers being a tenor and they make more money than me. I just can't.
Go on, say it. It's funny.
I'm not. We're not keeping that in.
Oh, okay. Basically, this girl from Love Island owed Mal a tenner for an Uber. She's like really famous.
Stop! It's embarrassing. I spammed her just because I'm like,
Mal's there meshing. Send me that tenner, yeah. It's hello, tenner.
Just like, it's not the point of the money. I couldn't give a shit.
Is that you would never do that to somebody, like...
It's the principle.
But also it's because they have so much money, they just assume everyone else has so much money. Yeah, it's definitely the principle. But yeah, and so then, this is the worst bit, right? So, so she finally replies, and she's like, yeah, that's fine, just come pick up the stuff. And I'm like, and I could tell it was a bit, or maybe it wasn't a blunt message like the chat with me and you earlier. Maybe she was thinking in her head, like, yeah, it's fine, like, come pick up the stuff. But I was like, oh
wait,
my God.
You've also not told about the bit when you went to drop off the stuff the first time and she didn't know it was you.
Oh yeah, she was on the phone to somebody, and I like went to the door and I was just like, hey, and she just thought I was like the Amazon driver. Like, cheers. Shuts the door. I was like, oh God. So then I was with you.
For whatever reason.
We were doing something, and this is back when I had my car, so I was like, oh yeah, we were shooting, and I was like, it's literally on the way back to mine. So I was like, right, I'm gonna drive past and just pick up the stuff. Like, she's messaged me saying that I can come collect it. So she knew what time I was coming. I think I got there maybe like 15 minutes earlier than we'd like arranged. And bear in mind, in the car, I'm speaking to Matt, and we're having like a full-blown like...
We're acting out, like, what's it going to be like?
Because I'm going, you're friends with her. Do you come up with me? And then I'm like, but then at the same time, does that look like I've brought you to like soften the blow of like...
Well, I said it's going to look like you've brought your mum, like...
Yeah.
You get it. I was like, you'll be fine, like... But then I was like, no, I'll go with you, actually.
And then we were like going back and forth. And then I was like, well, if I can't find somewhere to park, maybe you could just go in, or is that really weird?
And like run in.
We're going through every possible like outcome. Like, and you know this, like, I'm a decisive person. I was sat there, and I swear we found like a Vaseline in the car, and I'm like flipping it to decide what to do, because I'm like, what's all the possible outcomes? Like, what could happen if we both went? What could happen if you went? What could happen if I went? Oh my God, I'm so nervous, right? And I was like, it'll be fine. I'm like, right, I've decided. I'm just gonna go.
And I'm like, no, I'll go with you.
I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. I'll go alone. But I was like, it's probably the less weird thing to do is just for me to go by myself, right?
But she knows you're going. It'd be weird if I came.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't know that. Anyway, I get to the door and I ring the buzzer. She doesn't say anything. She just buzzes me straight in. And then who comes up behind me? Like, she's obviously expecting the person who came up behind me when I buzzed the door, who was
big time
Love Islander who's friends with her, like, as in big time vibe. And I'm like, oh God. And then, but then also this Love Islander, like, she follows me on TikTok. So then I'm like, but she probably didn't know it was me, like, because why would I be there?
It always says, like, no one recognises me because I'm a catfish.
Yeah, because when I don't have makeup on, I literally look like a bridge troll. So I'm like, no one's ever going to know this is me. Like, no one's ever going to know. So I was like, oh God. So then I'm like...
But it's flights of stairs up.
Oh yeah, and it's a narrow staircase. And me and her are walking up together, and I'm thinking, I surely need to address the fact. Because she's also bought stuff from my brand, this Love Islander. And I was like, surely I need to address that, like, hey, it's me, before we, like, get to the door. And I'm like, oh, this is awful. This is so bad. So we're, like, going up the stairs, and, like, I just turn around. I'm like, oh, by the way. But then I'm like, what do I say? Hey, it's Imi. She's like, who's that? So I was like, oh, by the way, I think you follow me on TikTok.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, I was like, I do, like, the fluffy hat. She was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God, I love it. And all this. I was like, yeah. Get to the top of the stairs.
No, you say something else.
What was it?
Oh my God, how have you forgotten?
I can't remember. Like,
you go to her. Oh, I've got Mal in the car.
I know, I said that to both of them at the top of the stairs. At the top of the stairs, I started going, I've got Mal in the car. I've got Mal in the car. As if you're waiting outside like a dog. No, literally, we get to the top of the stairs.
Oh no.
She opens the door, and like, I think she's like shocked to see me. Like, she's just expecting the Love Islander. So then I'm just there with her. It looks like we've come together. And like, but I'm also in front, which makes it really weird. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, I've just come to pick up that stuff. And then this is what I'm saying about the PR packages. When she opened the door, I'm not even kidding you, the whole corridor, floor to ceiling, like PR boxes. So then I'm like, okay, obviously, and now I'm starting to realize, like, you get gifted so much, like brands will just send a bunch of stuff, and it, like, they're not really arsed whether you post or not, kind of thing. So I'm now I realized that, and I realized, okay, maybe I was like, I guess expecting too much, but we'd also agreed it, so whatever. But so then we're at the top of the stairs, and I'm like in front, and she's like kind of surprised.
I swear she doesn't even like say hi to you.
No.
She's
like
in shock.
I think she was either in shock or like kind of raging. I don't know. I think she was just like surprised. Like, I'll give her like the benefit of the doubt. And then maybe found it was just awkward because, you know, when you're just like all huddled in like a space, like an in between.
And I was supposed to be there too.
So, like, and her and like the Love Islander. Yeah, imagine if you were there. Like, Jesus Christ. Like a meeting at the top of the stairs. So then this Love Islander, like, they don't even hug to like say hey. It's because I'm in between them. It's all just so weird. And then I was just like, oh hey, sorry. And then I start going, sorry, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then the Love Islander, bless her, is going to the girl, what have you done? Like, what have you been up to? Because I think she's like a bit suspicious and like,
Be like, oh,
what's actually been going on. And she's kind of like being like cute about it. She's like, what have you been doing? Like, what's this? And she read that it was an awkward situation, and I think she was trying to like diffuse.
It's normal.
Yeah, and she was just, yeah, exactly. So she's going to like the girl whose house it is. What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
You?
No. She's saying it to her because I think she's like, I think she can kind of tell like why, like, I'm obviously there to pick stuff up because she's not posted. Yeah. So anyway, then she like gets the package, gives it to me, runs out. I sprint to the car.
I thought Amy was crying. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Matt's like, what happened? Like, oh, how was it? Was it fine? I was like, you're not going to believe it. I was like, and then yeah, at the top of the stairs, I'm going to this. Oh god, I was like, I've got Mal in the car, guys. I've got Mal in the car. Could have brought, you know, Mal, Love Island. Mal got her in the car. Could have brought her up. I'm pretty sure.
You said, oh, we could have had a party.
I went, could have been a wee party up here. Oh god, why? Like, God. Literally got back to the car. I was like, that couldn't have possibly gone worse. Like. Oh,
it could have gone worse. I could have witnessed it all. Yeah. And stood there like,
Jehovah's Witness it all.
Jehovah's Witness that.
oh
I am dead.
I really felt for you that day.
Oh, and I was like, if we'd literally just arrived like 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later, like, it would have been Sam, of course.
No, but then if it was 5 minutes later, then you would have been there with her and her friend.
No, but the mate would have just been in the kitchen. They wouldn't have like come to the door together. You gotta keep your wits about you because there do be snakes. But no, it's fine. I'm over it now. Like,
she's not over it.
If you're one of the 30 people watching on YouTube, I've forgiven you, and can we come on your podcast? Please. Want to come on as a guest and we'll fight it out?
Kind of similar. It's like being in the wrong place, being in the right place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Right? So I did a video with Pure Gym the other day, and it happened to be when I was really hungover, and I'm waiting for this other content creator to come with me, and like we were with the same management, so it's Jack. He's a comedian and he loves Imi, and like, yeah, he's great, but he comes like, I can't even remember how much later than me, but I'm obviously there fucking early, and it's in Pure Gym Stratford, and like I was really nervous and scared. Like, Stratford's like, I don't care, but I was terrified when it's a scary place. Stratford. Yes. Have you ever been?
Mate, it's literally 2 seconds from here. It's like,
yeah, it's fucking scary.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh. I just go to Westfield, so it's not really Stratford, is it?
No.
And then anyways, I'm like trying to find this gym, and I'm like and like sweating the alcohol, and I finally get to Pure Gym, and I'm like, okay, whatever, get in, and like, oh, I don't have the pin to go through, so I'm just standing there and I'm like pressing the help thing, and I'm obviously like thinking better than everyone, because I'm like, I'm actually here to make content.
And then,
unlike you, who actually, you guys pay to be members here.
You're here to work and stuff and like go to the gym, but I'm not.
They know who I am.
Yeah.
They pure know who I am.
They actually pure didn't know who I was, and this is what the thing is, and it's so awkward. So the PT comes to the door, like, lets me in through the special door, and well, no, that's not what I mean, but like, it's the, you know, the other door, and he goes to me, oh, so like, what are you doing? And I go, oh, you don't know? And I'm like, I'm supposed to be like filming videos here, but I'm like so awkward, I don't know why. And I like start to get the eyes where they go watery, and I'm like, why am I starting to look like I'm crying? And he goes, oh, I don't know about this, can I check with my manager? And I'm like, I get all flustered and stuff. I'm like, oh, this always happens. And I'm like getting like upset and stuff. I'm like, oh. And he just like takes me to the staff room and then like introduces me to like one of the other staff and says something like, oh, like here's the new girl. And I'm like, oh, what? And I'm like, he took me kind of round like as if he was giving me a bit of a tour. And I was like, oh no. And I said and then the manager came and like said, oh, she's doing videos.
I love how like Mal is probably like getting the whole tour, like they're giving her like a timetable of like what hours she's going to be working, teaching her how to clock in, and she's just going along with it, doesn't know what to do.
In their staff room, and then Jack finally comes, and I told him, and I was like, yeah, this is just what's happened. He goes, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, like I think they thought I was working here. And I was like, it's so mortifying, like people coming in, obviously they know who I am and that they think I'm working here, like how dare they. No, I just like cringed though.
Oh my god.
But we had to reshoot the whole thing because it was like we didn't do it properly.
So wait, can we just go back a sec?
What?
So you didn't tell the guy, oh no, I'm not like an employee here, and then he found out later.
Oh yeah.
Surely he was thinking, why didn't you stop the door?
I don't know, he was showing me all the rooms and stuff, but he just was like, so what kind of things do you do? And I was like in the gym. And then I was like, running? I didn't do the Amsterdam marathon.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. But I say to Imi, like, I'm just so good at manifesting, like, as in, we obviously...
She now is so good at manifesting, she manifests things not going her way, that she doesn't want to go her way.
But, like, I don't want to admit that I didn't want to go. Like, I obviously did. It was just, like...
You wanted to go, but you were nervous for the run.
Yeah, and I had nightmares the night before about the bloody laptop, and, like, I told Imi, it was me in my first school's uniform that we went to the same school together. So I go to Amsterdam, I forgot all my running gear, and then it was like an alumni person from our school goes, oh, don't worry, we've got a spare school uniform for you to put on.
From Lost Property.
Yeah, and I'm wearing like the uniform, like not even the sports kit, it's like the actual uniform. It's like a navy skirt and a brown, what was it? Red jumper, not brown. And I'm like in that, running in like pumps with the laptop around my arms, and I'm like crying because I'm like, everyone's looking at me. I find a Waitrose shopping trolley, don't know, it's so specific, like I remembered it was Waitrose, put my laptop in the shopping trolley and I run and I like swing on it, I'm like wee, and I remember being like, when I woke up, like, oh god, that was horrible, but I gasping for air, like I did not want to do this run, and everything that could go wrong went wrong.
So what went wrong?
So I'll tell you. So basically we're on the tube. We're getting a flight from Gatwick, and it was like an 8 a.m. flight. I will never do that again. It's just so long. And we go from London Bridge. On the way to London Bridge, I go, oh my god. Well, actually, Harvey goes, I don't have any pants or socks. And I'm like, oh, like, that's fine. And then I realise I actually don't have my Apple Watch. So I start, like, getting all sweaty and stuff. I'm like, I can't do the run without the Apple Watch. I literally can't. I won't be able to do it. And then he's like, oh, well, like, you're just going to have to do it. And I was like, oh. And then halfway there, Harvey's like, I can't even check in. So I'm supposed to be doing it with my, like, childhood best friend. And I'm, like, updating her the whole time. It actually turns out I texted her saying that only Harvey couldn't check in. I couldn't check in either, just in case, Hannah, you're listening and you're like, what? But both of us couldn't check in, thinking I'm over exaggerating the story. And then we get to London Bridge, we like waiting for the train to go to Gatwick, and I see this like two drunk guys at the end of the platform. Harvey's not even caught on because he's eating, because we went for breakfast. And then I'm like, oh my god, the guy jumped on the tracks. I'm like, oh my god. And Harvey's like, what? And I'm like, he's on the tracks. And then they take it, he like jumps off, but he's like so drunk, and he's like telling everyone his headphones, his AirPods fell on the tracks, but they obviously didn't. He's like steaming, he fell on. And then they cancelled all the trains. So all the trains were cancelled. And like this whole time, I need a shit. This whole time, I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally going to shit my pants. And like we're on the train to Gatwick. We've like, I don't know, they all cancelled. Then they finally like were not cancelled. So we get the train to Gatwick, and like we run, like as soon as we get to the terminal, we're like running, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in Ugg boots as well. I'm like, oh, my poo's coming out my arse.
Every step,
yeah, like I'm like, oh fuck. And then Harvey's like, there's a huge queue as well. It was just so bad. And like Harvey's calling me, and this is like the bit that like set me off. Like he leaves to find like alternative like route to get to the check-in quicker, and I'm like walking about, like obviously not sure where to be, and he's like calls me and he's like, Mal, turn left. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm walking straight, like, and he goes, I can see you, turn left. And I'm like going in circles, like dripping in sweat, about to shit my pants, and I'm like getting really upset. I'm like, stop shouting, like I'm really and he's like, turn left, like he's like, you're so thick, like just turn left. I'm like, whoa. And then I finally see him and I come running over, and he's with two of the EasyJet ladies. And he's like, was that so hard? Like, getting annoyed at me. And, like, you could tell the other woman was, like, awkward. And she's like, oh, are you okay? I was like, and then they just go, we can't check you in. And I'm like, what? We have, like, half an hour. And she's like, no, not possible. So spent, like, £1,000 on that trip. And then we're, like, walking away. And we're about to, like, go on the train. And I go, oh, Harvey, I actually need the toilet. And he's like, we've just come from the direction of the toilets. Why?
And you've known for like half an hour that you need this shit.
He's like, why have you just decided? I was like, I don't know.
I am dead. A marathon's insane, by the way.
Do it.
Like,
well done, Hannah Gunn. 3 hours something. Like, that was faster than I did the half, so
like,
hats off.
Yeah, literally. Hats, nose, face paint, all off. Speaking of, I was actually going to ask you, I was going to say, where is the nose? But I just clocked it. So do you want a go? Nah. All good. Honestly, mine would barely fit inside that. Oh, dead.
No, but I'm actually really good at manifesting in me.
Well, can you please manifest some views on this podcast?
Yeah, like, I think, do you know what it is? It's like when anxiousness comes into it, like, that's when it doesn't work. So, like...
So wait, am I the anxiousness? You can say.
Well, like, so this is another thing. Like, kind of. Well, when like good things happen to me, I won't like tell my mum because like she gets so worried about it. So like, for instance, why the hell did I tell her like a deal that I will maybe get? And I'll say like, oh, it's with this brand. She starts doing research about them. She's like, make sure you check it, not a scam. Like, oh my God, like freaking out. And I'm like, you're putting it onto my thing. So like, I'm not going to tell you because you're putting that energy onto it.
Yeah.
So it like, it affects it.
So wait, am I your mum in this situation then?
Maybe.
Okay. So what do I need to do so that...
Just relax.
Okay. And then... So I'm not going to think anything.
Yeah.
And then you can do your witchy spells and get us loads of views on the pod.
But it is weird. I can't explain it. It's like, Amy, the letting go, you have to let it go. And like, and I know it's like easy to say, like, don't think about it, but it's like, you actually just have to like release.
Release it. Okay. Well, on that note, should we wrap it?
We're wrapping up.
What do you think?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck it.
Probably not our best, but
Sorry.